Hello everyone, I'm Joanne. Welcome to my craft room. We're going to have fun with the stitch die of the month again today. I love all of the clubs this month. It all revolves around books. I think that's so fun. I wanted to show you the first card that I made here, and instead of like thinking of this as a book, I thought of it as my grandmother's kitchen table, where she always had a tablecloth on that she had done some cross stitch on or some tapestry work on, and that's what this reminded me of. So I thought that that was really cute, and instead of using the bookmark as a bookmark, I used it as a little tea tag right there for the like there was a tea bag in there. So I thought that that was fun. But this was the first one that I did, and I also taught you all how to make this adorable rose right here. It's a wagon wheel rose, and that's a lot of fun. Now this card today, I'm just going to do some regular stitching on, very easy, but we're going to use this book right here. I have my Glimmer on because that's what we're going to do for the background. Let me move that to the side. And my thin shim, okay, is a mess with foil. So what you do is you take some acetone, okay? I got this at a beauty supply place many years ago. I guess I was messing around with my nails, but you can get it at Walmart. And I just have a paper towel here, and I want to show you how easy that this is to clean up. It just comes right off, guys. So when you get foil on your sheet, don't worry about it. It comes right off. Just might have to use a little bit more right here. And it's the acetone that takes it off. You need to have acetone, not nail polish remover. It's different. It is definitely different. But look, this is going to look almost like new. Of course, it is well loved. This is the original plates from when I first bought my Glimmer. And that was, wow, about a year and a half ago. They do sell other plates, you know, like replacement plates. So look how nice that that comes, right? But I've been meaning to show you guys how to do that. And you know, it just, it evaporates so quickly. You could just use it right away. No problem on that. Just like that. So I'm really happy with that. Good. Okay. So let's go ahead and do some foiling. Let's see, I have my other plate over here. I already cut, did I already cut? No, I didn't already cut. Okay, so let's cut some foil. Let me get my, here it is. My quick trim. I like to use this for my foil. I always forget to say this. I am an affiliate for Spellbinders and other companies. If you click on the links and place an order, I do receive a small commission. That's at no cost to you, and thank you so much for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. Here we go. So I had purchased this myself. And this is the skinny stripe background. I love this. Yana Samakula had designed this, and I just love it. And I thought that it was very fitting for these books. I think it's some Kula, right? Yeah. So I can butcher a name, guys, let me tell you. Okay. But I love to watch her. Absolutely. And like I've said in the past, she is the one from Spellbinders that reached out to me to be an affiliate when I signed up. And so that's why I really promote a lot of Spellbinders, because they are the only ones that had faith in me for me to keep going. And I really appreciate that. So I'm going to cut this right here. Look at how nice that is, that blade. You get one for foil and one for paper. The blades are the same, okay? It's just that paper will dull the blade quicker. I just use it for foil. And this is a rainbow foil. And this is so much fun. Let me get some Hammermill cardstock here. And that's what I use for foiling. And this piece is 5.5 by 4.25. We're going to use a little hinge technique here. And let me get this out of here. There we go. Let me show you how to do this. Whenever you foil, you always put the pretty side of the foil to the pretty side of the plate. So first we're going to hinge our paper. And again, this is 5.5 by 4.25. So it fills up the whole front of this plate, but I am going to cut it back. Let's use some Best Ever Craft tape right here. And what I want to do with this too is I want to stick it on my hand and get a lot of this sticky off of it so that it does not peel the paper. So I'm going to put this, really look at this because these are straight lines, and guys, you know me in straight. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I can't help it. I swear I have crooked eyes. So we're going to do this. Good. And you can feel that kind of pull away from your skin a little quicker, like the second pass on that, so that a lot of the sticky is off of it. So now what that does is gives me a hinge. So I flip it back like that. I put my paper down, or I'm sorry, my foil right here. And then I'm going to flip this down. Now remember, I'm pretty side to pretty side because actually what we're doing when we foil is pressing the foil into the paper, okay? I'm going to make sure that my foil is at the top here. Even though we're going to cut it back, it's easier when there's more, believe me. Okay. Just make sure I've got that to the top. And I want my paper straight. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. And I'm going to put this down on my machine. Hit my timer button. Always put your thin spacer pad down, or thin spacer sheet down first, and then the spacer pad, because this has a little bit of a heat protectant in it. And I go right on top there. This takes about 60 seconds right here. And let me move some things out of the way. And I'll scooch this over a little bit. Bring in my Platinum 6. Now, the Glimmer machine does pair with many die cutting machines. And when you look it up, it will tell you in, I think, the details. I believe it will tell you. So I thought that this was just so pretty. I'm using a sentiment that I've already made. Isn't that cute? And for the card we do today, I'm going to use Sending Hugs. Now, if you look at this, I have the white on top of the foil. This is actually reversed foiled. That's when you use the other paper. There, I have many videos where I show that. Let's undock. I won't do any reverse foiling today, though. And let's bring this in here. Let's go ahead and roll it through slowly one time. I don't know, maybe I should reverse foil it. See what it looks like solid, right? That might be fun. Why not? Are we busy? No. Tristan is at daycare. That is my 4-year-old grandson that I raise. And so this is definitely my happy place whenever he is not here. Let me get my magnet. I don't know if it'll pick it up. Yeah, that's a little heavy. We'll just slide that right off. Let's redock this. And I'm going to go ahead and cut some Hammermill real quick. I'm just going to let that cool down. That is hot. So I'm going to cut my Hammermill at 5.5 by 4.25. we will reverse foil. Let's do it, right? I'm going to get my solid hot foil plate now. This is how we reverse foil. Sometimes this Pink Fresh Studio one is out of stock, so I'll link one from Spellbinders. Let's see what we get. See, isn't that nice, that hinge? Isn't that wonderful? Let me peel this off. And now let me gingerly peel this from the back. The other day when I peeled it, because it was fresh tape, it ripped the paper a little bit on the back, but that's okay on the back, you know. I try for it not to, but that's why I used my hand. And there we go. Oh, we did good. Let's see. Ta-da! Isn't that fun? Okay, I have no idea what this is going to look like, okay? So, pretty side to pretty side. Let's just do it. Because, you know, you can even die cut from it. You don't necessarily have to use the whole sheet. I'm going to put my paper. I'm going to put my shims, hit my timer. Well, let's see what we get. We'll just check it out, right? So, like I said, all my links are below if you would like to place an order. And I did say that. I do receive a small commission. That's at no cost to you. There we go. I make a little pile back there of things I use. This way I kind of try to make sure that I post those links for you guys. Sometimes I miss stuff, you know, so I don't mean to, but I'm like, oops, I forgot to post that. Okay, let's trim this back to 5 1/4 by 4. So this is where, you see some of the foiling, how it overfoiled a little bit? I just get a brush and look at that. It just takes it right away. It's so wonderful. I love to foil. And foiling is a fantastic background. I'm also getting into better pressing, so which I really love that. So I want to definitely get that off of there. This kind of looks okay here. So this I want at 5 1/4. I'm going to bring it out to like 5 3/8. And I'm going to cut that back to make that straight. And now I'm going to bring this to 5 1/4. Even if I lose that line on the bottom, it's okay. Yeah, I'm going to lose it. That's okay. There we go. I want to take that foil off of there. Just that teeny bit. There we go. So that is beautiful. Ha! Love it. Okay. Let's bring the platinum back in, because we are ready here. Now, when I have a solid hot foil plate, I run it through like back and forth 4 times. So I go 1 this way, then I go back, and I have no idea how this is going to look. I don't think I've ever reverse foiled this. Then I come back because I really need all of the foil to transfer to my paper, and you don't have to worry about slipping because you're on a solid plate. And then I come back again just to make sure. There we go. Get this out of the way. Now this could be something that we go, no, oh, this is wonderful. Oh, this is wonderful. Let me get a little. Oh my goodness. Now see, there is a film that you lift up, and now you have wasted nothing. So let me get my piece of paper off of here. Wow, that makes a fantastic background, right? But you can also die cut on it, even flowers or something like that. It would look pretty cool. But wow, I would use that as a background. That came out that good. I wasn't sure. I really was not sure how that was going to come out. Okay. So I'll put this in my stash. And let me get this plate off of here. And let's get rid of the glimmer. And our plates. There we go. Now, I've done most all of the die cutting, I believe. Except for I had a wonderful watcher tell me, oh, I forgot to cut it by 4, didn't I? I was so worried about the 5 1/4. Let's do by 4. And so there's pink and pink, and I love that, okay? So I'm going to come out here to like 4 1/8 on one side, and then cut it back to 4 on the other, and that keeps my color kind of even there. Okay, just like that. I love it. Came out so pretty. So I had a watcher tell me that it's easier to stitch if you have multiple layers. And so the first one, I was already working on this card, and so the first one I didn't do it, but we're going to cut some more today. Let me even that up. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and attach this. Get some glue out here. And before we even start, I'll just stick a pin in it. And let's go ahead and glue this part down. My sentiments also come from a Pinkfresh Studio Perfect Sentiments. Sometimes they're out of stock. If they're in stock at scrapbook.com, I will, of course, list them for you. If things are out of stock, a lot of times I don't list it because that people have said, it's like, well, it's out of stock, I can't order it. And sometimes I click notify me, and then, you know, they will notify you when it comes back in stock. Look at how pretty that is. I just used some purple cardstock. It's like a violet-y looking cardstock. And I'm going to use the Sending Hugs. Now this is reverse foiled, okay? Just like what we used on with the solid hot foil plate when I did the sayings. I just did a reverse on it. Let's go ahead and put this on the card already. This way we get it out of the way. I'll put a little strip here. I'm using my 1/8 inch strips from scrapbook.com. I got these free with an order, and I don't know now what I'm ever going to do without them already being wonderfully cut for me. And so they are a staple. Here we go. Put this over here so that I remember to list things for you guys. I'm going to put my Sending Hugs up here. And this was done in that rainbow cardstock, or rainbow foil also. Ha, so cute. Okay, now, so we're going to talk about this part of the book. Now there's stitching to do. This will be a longer video, guys, because there are things to do here. Oh, let me show you this. So I was cutting, okay, I was die cutting. Now look at my ends, how nice that they are on this. And that's this die right here. And to get that effect, you must use this with it, okay, so that it cuts it out, okay? So it's this right here. And I want to show you what happens when you don't have this equal, okay? So the best thing to do is to tape it when you have it flipped over, because look how skinny that one is, and then that one's thick, okay? So this is going in the trash, but I was like, I've got to show them this because it's important to have equal parts on either end, okay, so that it comes out nice. So of course we'll use this. So now let's talk about this. Now this is flimsy, okay, and we will bring in the platinum and my cutting plates, and let's do some scrap. So I'm just going to cut it 2 more times. Always remember, guys, I love your suggestions, okay? I never take anything, you know, sometimes people are like, well, you know, we don't want to be critical. You're not critical, it's a suggestion. And then if it works, it helps me. And I really, really appreciate it, honestly. I'm not that kind of person. So there's one. So I really appreciated my viewer saying, hey, if you use, you know, more cardstock, it becomes almost like a chipboard. And I think that that's fantastic. Let me get, this is just scrap paper that I'm using. of Nina White cardstock. But this little part of the book, I'm going to get those out of the end real quick. I think that this is a really good one to show how this works really well. Let's move this aside. So let's put this together. All of the clubs this month. Now, if you are a club member, today's the 4th. Okay, so if you're a club member, you can go ahead. If you're like, oh man, I've got to have that stitching one, but I'm not a member of the stitching, you can go ahead and order it. If you're not a club member and you're just, you know, kind of signing up, then you have to wait till the 6th of the month, and then you can go ahead and order. Now, really and truly, the best buy is the entire kit, the kit and caboodle, the whole thing. But, you know, you might not want some of this and some of that, you know, all of it. So you might just want to sign up on the clubs that you like. Spellbinders was, look at that. So that actually made almost like a chipboard there. Wow. Thank you so much for that suggestion. Thank you. So yeah. You know, sometimes, wow, that is amazing. And that is like really solid, okay? Really, really solid. I like that. You can also do that with this piece right here. This is the edge of the book. Let me show it to you right here. I'm not going to cut these and put them together, but you can cut a few of these to make it a little thicker also, if you wanted to. But now we're going to do a little stitching. Let me bring in my box here that I use. And so for this card, I've just used some gold thread that I had hanging around, and then I used 961 and 333 of our Spellbinders colors. And that's all that I did for this. Now, I have a piece here. It's shorter though, and I'm going to wait to use that. This, I'd like to do the entire thing in one pass. So you need like a lot of thread because you're going to be looping back and forth. Now, you don't have to do this in gold. You could do it in any color that you want. I saw Justine Dvorak do it in gold, and I thought, wow, that looks fantastic. And I'm just going to use one thread, okay? This is really, really, really long. So I just kind of leave my tail there, okay? And I'm just going to come up through here, and we're going to pull this through. Now, you know how I've always told you guys, I'm really, you know, I like to bridge my stitching, but not for this. You can't. There's no bridge to do. So we'll use a little Best Ever Craft Tape, and we will not take the sticky off of this, right? We want this to stick. And we're just going to stick this down. Now I'll make a few passes, and then I will stick it down again because I found that that was the best thing to do. Oh, I meant to go into my sewing kit and see if I had any beeswax. Okay, so this comes this way, and it just lines up just like that, and then bring it up through here. This is so much fun. Okay. Like I said, I've got this piece really long to help us out, but wow, this is amazing to stitch on this with a few layers of cardstock. I can really feel the difference. Thank you so much for the suggestion. Then it comes around here, and what we're actually doing is making, you know, like it looks like the pages of the book. A lot of pages of books are in gold. Let's go like that to bring that here, and then I'm going to come up through here. And then I'm going to go ahead and tape it again. Another little piece here. Nobody's going to see any of this back here. Okay, just helps hold it. Let me get my needle. We'll come through here. Wow. You know, I have to admit, the thread is even laying better on this, that there is more cardstock. That's amazing. What an amazing difference. Thank you so much. Yeah, I never take anything as, see what I'm saying? Like, I knew I was going to use a lot of thread. I always take things as that you are helping me, and I appreciate it. I never think of it as something, you know, that negative. I don't like negativity, and I don't like drama. And so I keep all of that out of my life. Here we go. Back here. And I'm just going to tear off a piece. Easy to tear. And I'm going to just put it right here. There we go. And I'm just going to pull this up. Give it a snip. Wow, that came out so stinking cute. Let me pull this. So I don't want it to be loose on the other side, right? Just like that. Look. Oh, it's coming together. Okay, let me get rid of my gold thread. This is all the gold we're going to use. I didn't do any French knots in this one or anything special. Just stitched. I just really had fun. I had fun making this little book, I have to admit. All these books. And like I said, the other one, I looked at it as my grandmother's table. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and glue this down, this little piece down. And remember in my last video, I showed, where is it? Here. This one, I was like, I'll figure out what to do with that. Well, here's what we do with that. It goes onto this book. Just adding a little glue here. So thin, right? Just like that. I'm going to wipe that a little bit. Okay. Okay. And then I'm just going to put it on this end right here. Okay. And then it just kind of really falls in where it needs to. Just like that. Perfect. Wow, that came out nice. And I'm telling you, this piece, not being flimsy, is helping me to make this to be perfect. Wow, I really love that. Oh, thank you. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and I cut these two pieces. I cut a gray and then the little purplish color, purplish blue color. And the gray goes right on top, right here. Right there. And then the little piece, I mean, this is how I did it. I don't know. Maybe it should go in there. I'm not sure. But I thought it came out cute. And you know, in crafting, there's no wrong. And then this goes right inside. Oh, it fits perfectly. Look at that. And it also helps to hold the stitching in place. That is wonderful. Okay, now I'm making my little book tag, bookmark. Now you can put this anywhere. On that card I put it here. You could put it up here. You could put it there. Wherever you want to. I think I'm going to put it on the top on this side this time. Just going to let it kind of sit there. Just like that. Absolutely adorable, right? Isn't that cute? Ah. Okay, let's let that dry. And let's go to our flowers. So I cut a piece of yellow. Then I cut this one in the pink. I have a little greenery. I cut red. And I already had a little green inside cut. And I did a pink and a red for the inside of my yellow. So I've used this die, and I've used this die for that went like that. And then this one, I believe, is that little green one right there. Okay. And then I use this one. Oh, and here's the little bookmark die. There's that one. And here is these flowers right here, there, and that one right there. Easy peasy, right? They're all done for us. Wonderful. You just run it through with some paper and have fun. Okay, so let's move everything out of the way. This came out so stinking cute. I just love this. I'll make sure that's on there. Okay, sit. There you go. There you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our, I just did this in red and yellow. I love color. And I had another watcher tell me that because I love color so much, sometimes to back things with, I think she said grays and browns. So look for me to be doing that, because I just love color. I love color cardstock. I think it's just so much fun. And this just fits perfectly on there. A little bit there. And we have this flower ready to go. Just like that. And I'll put a foam square. Let's see, I've got smalls. Okay, here's my mediums. Put that back here. That's ready to go. And I decided the other card, I stuck everything down with glue, and this one I'm going to pop up just to be different. This also helps hold our stitching in place, right? So those two are ready to go. Let's go ahead and put this on. Put this on first. Just like that. And we're going to take this little piece right here, put a little glue on it. And I'm going to just kind of slip it right in there. Just like that. And then I'm going to put this little leafy piece on right here. Perfect. Whoop. See, I get in a hurry. I don't let it stick. Just like that. Let's flip that over. And is that too big? No, that's because I have rounded edges. I believe that's going to be just fine. Just like that. Okay? So we'll put that to the side. All right, now, where are we at? Right here. Let's start to stitch. I'm going to use my 333 color. And for this one, like I said, I just did something very, very simple and just made my little stars down there. And I'm going to use 3 strands of thread, okay? So we'll have a little tail. And I'm going to just thread this through. I need to get a needle threader, right? Well, I did pretty good. Okay. You never know, right? Especially when you're on camera. Now this I do like to bridge. A lot of people just tie a little knot. Whatever you want to do. You could tape, whatever floats your boat on this. And I just kind of pick it up here, come here, and then here, and see, it just kind of locks it right in there. And then I'll just take my scissors, give it a little trim. And there we go. Ah! And because I have glue on my fingers, it pulled it right out. But this is so easy to finagle and fool with. It's simple. we could also start again, but I think we've got it. Okay. And then I'll cut that back in just a few minutes. Let me stuff that one under there. Maybe not. It's because I'm on camera. We'll just start again. Here. And it's not like I'm live, you know, I'm just doing a video. And I don't edit. I'm not an editing person. I've done voiceovers and I've tried editing and just not my jam, not my thing. There we go. Let's just stitch and then we'll worry about cutting tails. And here we go. I could have had it done by now. Right? So the other day, my daughter and I were quite a ways away from here, about 45 minutes away from here, because I was taking back the cable box because the bill went up to an enormous amount, which was ridiculous. And you guys know I support my little 4-year-old grandson and everything. So yeah, I was like, okay, we got to find something different to do here. And I did. And I'm not without a thing, okay? And I wish I'd have done it so long ago. It's just you get so used to what you have. And it's like, okay, we just continue on and continue on and continue on. So, but anyway, my daughter had a phone for her son, my oldest grandson. And so we were going into a parking lot and looking for the T-Mobile place that was supposed to be there, but it wasn't. Okay, now here I am going to make a little knot. Just let me pull this through, and I just kind of loop it, and it does just knot it down. Perfect, right? And we'll clip here, and now we'll go ahead and clip this off. Good. Okay, so I'm looking for the T-Mobile place, and guys, my tire went into a pothole, and the only thing I heard was an explosion. And I mean, I was like, immediately my mind went, I don't have AAA. This is going to cost extra money. It was like, and the only thing I could do is sit there and cry. My daughter jumps out of the car. Okay, it's raining no less. Okay. She jumps out of the car and she sees somebody at a gas station that's in an RV. And she was like, they've got tools. I know they've got tools. She's so resourceful. Okay, this is my youngest daughter. And so they come over. It's raining. The kid comes out from Chick-fil-A and he says, boy, I popped the tire in that pothole just the other week. I call 911, right? And the police officer comes and he's helping change the tire. Of course, we needed this special, I don't know, lug nut thing or whatever because of my car. It was in the glove box. I didn't know where anything was. My daughter's got the book. It was, please, okay? We looked like the Three Stooges, and it was just the two of us. And she's reading how to change a tire. And these guys have me all, I'm in the driver's seat. It's jacked up. The car's leaning over. It's raining. I'm crying. I was like, I only have till, I got to be back by 4:30. I have to pick up Tristan. And that was the only thing that I could think of. It was horrible. The poor officer was like, ma'am, are you all right? Y'all, I swear. I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. Okay. And the same thing here. And so, needless to say, they put the donut on. I'm scared to death to drive, okay? My daughter's flipping out. She's like, go slow, go slow. I've got the flashers on. I haven't driven on a donut probably in, I don't know, 20 years or whatever. I'm going like 40 miles an hour. Of course, then I call the local place here. We went to Walmart. They said it's going to be 2 hours before we can get to you. Okay. And the kid finally, he says, let me just even see if we have this size. He says, oh, we don't even have this size. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I call Honda. I'm like, we're going to have to be towed. I can't even do this. I'm shaking. It was, please, okay? It was just a flat tire. But it blew the sidewall out. It actually exploded the tire. The pothole was so deep. Oh, and did I mention that the police officer's front tire also went into the pothole, although his did not break, okay? He was like, I got to call the city to fix this. Okay. I called the city today and asked them if they would reimburse me. No. I was like, okay, whatever. So anyway, I call Honda and I'm like, because I have a little Honda Fit. I called it my retirement car. I wanted something good on gas, small and easy to get around in. And yeah, so that's what I had bought like almost 8 years ago. So they said it's $200. I was like, what? You know, so that was another no-go. Nope, got to ride on the donut. Okay. And so I call our local tire shop here in town, and it's $74. Okay. And so they fix it this morning. But I'm telling you what, guys, it just seems like the least little thing, and I can't handle it. You know, it's like right now I've got so much on me. I just look at how pretty that is. So crafting and having blown out tires, it's like on two opposite ends of the spectrum for me at this point. And so I was like, I have to craft. I must craft. I have to craft today. So this morning they called me early. They were like, we've got your tire. I was like, fantastic. So I did all of that, and here I am. And this is how this went. And I was like, I cannot believe. Like I say all the time, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen to me, and it's going to happen at the worst time. You know, and I just get so upset anymore. It's like I just can't take another thing. And I know that officer was like, ma'am, it's just a flat tire. You're okay. I was like, no, it's not. You have no idea. And I know the poor boy was like, oh my gosh, this 65-year-old woman, maybe she shouldn't be driving, you know, at all. So I don't know. But anyway, that's something that did happen to me just this past week. But now everything is fine. And I took myself out to lunch, and then I came back here and started to craft. And now I am definitely in a good place. Okay, so I digress. Okay, let's get back to this. So when I put this together here, I love that the pink shows through, and I'm not stitching in the holes here like I did on this card, okay? I did like a little running chain stitch. I'm not doing that on this. I want the pink to show through, but I also wanted this to be the color of this cardstock right here, this purplish color, okay? So what I did was I took this piece and I just cut the end of it, okay? So that it would cut these out to make them a different color. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. So yeah, it's like, don't upset the apple cart over here at all. My daughter was like, Mom, you might need medication. I'm like, I don't need any medication. So she's like, you've never been like this. You can handle anything. I was like, not right now. I can't. I'm going to put glue on my thread. You know, and like the only thing in my head was like, I've got a child at daycare, and now we're going to have to be towed, and I'm not going to be able to pick him up, and they're going to charge me $8 a minute after 5:15, and it all went through my head so fast, like in a nanosecond, and just had a breakdown. The poor officer, and he was so young, and I know he knew, you know, this is not bad. This is okay. He even followed me to Walmart. He was like, look, I'll follow you to Walmart. You're going to be okay. So, nuts, right? Oh my gosh. Let me use my other hands here to clothespin this together so that then it can just dry while we're doing other things. So just a little funny thing that happened to me. Really, I mean, like, nobody was hurt. I wasn't hurt. My daughter wasn't hurt. We didn't, like, I thought immediately, I was like, that's it. I need another car. I've broke something that's major, you know, that kind of thing. But no, none of that went on. I just can't handle anything right now. So, because I'm just learning how to be a mom kind of all over again, you know. So there we go there. Okay, now let's go ahead and stitch here. And again, I just did something very simple. No French knots, no nothing. Just did a nice little star, made it really pretty. I don't know if all of this thread is going to make it. I've got 3. I want to just use 3. I wanted my books more to be a focal point here. I've got 3, yeah. Okay. So we'll bring this up through here. Whoop. And then I'll come this way. And let me bring my tail over this way. And come here. And whoop. And let me try not to make the biggest knot in the world. There we go. And I'm just going to stitch. I know in my sewing kit I have beeswax, but it's got to be 25 years old if it's a day. So it's probably, I don't know if it's any good. I have to go find it. And then this would not happen. So they say, but I don't know. It's me, guys, so it probably would happen. Come on out of there. Oh, for corn's sakes. Let's see. I'm just going to pull it through and hope that I'll just hide it on the back. Here we go. Yeah. No big deal. Just going to hide it. Like that. There. And you know, you can go ahead and stitch into all these other places and do any kind of a design that you'd like. You could do a little lazy daisy on here. Every time that I do stitching this year, because Spellbinders asked me to do this for this year, every month I'm going to try to do a new stitch. Let's see, the first time I did a French knot. This time I did the wagon wheel rose, and there's no telling what I'll do with next month's, but I'll find something to teach. So my goal is to teach you guys 12 different stitches throughout the year. If there are even 12 different stitches, I don't know. I have to teach myself too, right? And just like that. Easy peasy. And we're going to come through here. And now I'm going to make a knot. Just like that. And I'm just going to let this sit up here. It's not in any way or anything like that. I could just cut it, right? Let's do it. Give it a little haircut. There we go. And this too. Okay. Okay, and I think that's it. Okay, let's go ahead and glue this down onto our pink. I just used some light blue, pink, yellow, purple. I love color. I'm going to go ahead and put that around there. Put this on my cup. And you don't even need to put this, you know, you don't need to stitch this at all. It just shows through if you didn't want to, you know. But I love all of the kits this month. I really, really do. Let me use my other fingers. My second set of fingers here. Okay, there we go. Now, let's go ahead and add our little purple pieces to the ends right here. And this really sets this off. And I'm also going to pop this up with foam. It's so perfect. It is just so perfect in there. Just like that. Ta-da! I love it. We're getting there. Okay. Let's put 3 foam squares back here. And let's bring our card base in. And let's start to assemble this, starting from the bottom. Take these backs off. And place this right here. That as even as possible, right there. And take these 3 off without moving our thread. Just like that. Oh, so yes, this really, oh my gosh, that really gave it, you know, body. Cutting those extra pieces. I'm going to put this right out here because I want it to kind of stack. Just like that. And we already have our sending hugs. This should be good to go. A couple of more foam squares. I think that'll be good right there. I'm leaving room at the top so I could stick my flowers in. Put this right here. There we go. And let's see, do I have my greenery cut? I did not cut a piece of greenery. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let me get a piece of paper. Okay. Bring the platinum in. There we go. Just like that. And our card. And you know, depending on how large your sentiment is, things might go in a different place. I'm just going to put this right in here. And see, that was really nice that I put those foam squares down a little bit so that I can, you know, manipulate what I need to here. Let's put this one in here. Oh yeah, that's going to look great. Right in here. Just like that, next to my hugs. And my wee little yellow flower. And here is another stitched creation. I'm going to put that some in and some out. That looks great. Now look at this. These are flat and you can tell it. And these are popped up with our foam squares. Really nice. All right. I appreciate you all being here and thank you for listening. And and links are below for you to place any orders that you'd like for all of your craft supplies. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you next time.